guys, and welcome to today's vlog. This video is going to basically explain what happened the past like month and a half and why I haven't been filming or active on anything really. So yeah, it's been a very difficult almost 2 months now, and I'm just finally starting to get into the swing of things again. I did film a video early January, but it didn't end up getting edited or anything like that till just recently because of everything that was going on. So I'm going to get into that a little bit later into the vlog, and I'm just going to basically give you guys an update about where I've been, and if this is the reason you're here, I will insert a little timestamp right here so you guys can just skip to that part. But I figured I'd make this more of like a traditional vlog, so I'm going to take you guys along with my day. I'm going to clean my house in a little bit. I took down my Christmas decorations in the middle of January, but I still had some stuff up on my fireplace, and we just moved our living room back to where it was before. So we have the sofa in the corner there and the chair here. But on my stairs, I have this stuff that I have to put upstairs that was on the fireplace. It's always really challenging for me to find places to put things because this house, even though it's got like a ton of space in terms of rooms, it does not have a ton of storage space. Or maybe I just have too much stuff. I've been using the room that I used to use for storage as my studio, and Sebastian uses it as his office. He's actually in a meeting right now. And so that is where I also store my Christmas decorations, but because I use it as a studio and for storage, it's a little bit challenging because I have tons of DIY stuff in there, as well as like decor. And then if you do YouTube videos, you know this, there's always a ton of like extra stuff like props or background stuff, so that's all in there as well. We had looked into getting a storage locker. It is so freaking expensive here. I want to say it was like 3 feet tall by like 4 feet long, was I think over $100 a month just for that small space, and I would need like twice that size if I wanted to store stuff. Also, because I've been gone for so long, I feel like there's so many things I want to tell you guys, and so many things that I've tried out in the last month that I want to like share. So maybe I will do like a favorites video and throw it back to like old school YouTube, or maybe like do a vlog where I include like a segment of it where I show my favorites, because I've found so many new things that I'm absolutely in love with, and I want to share them with you guys. Don't mind my hair, it's looking a little wild. I made the mistake, so I put my hair into a ponytail, but I made the mistake of using brow gel to try to like get these flyaways to go up, and then it didn't work, and now they're all like crunchy and sticking everywhere. So it's a little bit later now. Sebastian's making Chanel his egg. We're going to make ourselves some breakfast. You look grumpy. How come so grumpy? So this is my daily breakfast that I usually have. I usually have like a cheese string or a Baby Bell with half a grapefruit, and honestly this is like one of my favorite breakfasts ever. I don't know why, because it seems so basic, but I think because when I was growing up, my mom always gave me grapefruits with sugar on them in the morning for breakfast. I've finally gotten used to the taste of them without sugar. They're actually really sweet on their own, so if you hate grapefruits, I recommend giving them another try. Wanna go for a walkie? Tell me! We're taking Nell for a walk. He's so excited. Who loves his walkies? Who's having a great time? Who's so happy? Who loves it?
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out.
I usually say like, imagine every day was like today, and then the summer hits and I'm like, can it please rain? Got some Starbucks. This is bad. Okay, lighting is better now. So Sebastian and I have been so hooked on these Frappuccinos lately. We get the caramel Frappuccino light with 7 pumps of the Frapp roast. I always like to boost whatever kind of caffeine I'm having to get that little like extra caffeine kick. And then we get extra caramel drizzle. I really like this lighting. It's perfectly lit.
Oh, that's true.
We're driving with the sun behind us, and it's reflecting off of this silver car in front of me that's being a perfect bounce card. Sebastian's like, we need to stay behind this car. When it's sunny out, it's so much harder to find good lighting because you're either like completely blown out from the sun, or you're backlit so you're completely dark, like silhouette mode. When you film videos, you have conversations like this is what Sebastian and I just talked about. The car is so dark that it's like all black in here, so it absorbs most of the light and doesn't reflect any of the light. And I was like, when you get your next car, we need to look for one that's got a lighter interior. No one would ever think of something so stupid, but if you film videos, you know that that is like something that's on your mind. Like, how can I increase the lighting in this situation? So we picked up some smoked salmon slices, and we've been doing this thing lately where we eat kind of like bagel and lox, but we've been having it on I don't really want to say the word because then I'm going to say it wrong. Say it.
Pasta.
This like Swedish flatbread, so freaking good. And the best part is that the flatbread's like high in fiber, low in carbs, low in calories. I think there's like 80 calories for 3 slices of this flatbread. And then we put cream cheese on it with the smoked salmon, some red onion, and then capers and dill. This is like my favorite snack right now. So we are going to make dinner now. Sebastian and I are going to make some pasta. I haven't had pasta since like Christmas, I want to say. I haven't made it in so long. I feel like the last time I actually had pasta was when I made it for the vlog.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we're having prawn pasta with a rosé sauce kind of ish with basil and anchovies. And that probably sounds really gross to a lot of people, and I used to think anchovies were so gross too, but one of my favorite restaurants adds anchovies into this dressing that they make, and I love it. So when I tried to recreate it, I felt like it didn't taste right without that like missing thing, and turns out that missing thing was actually anchovies. So now I love them. They are not fishy tasting at all. They kind of just add this like savory umami flavor and a little bit of like a saltiness to stuff. It's probably a really bad description, but that's how I feel like they taste. So I buy them in jars from Amazon and then just chop them up and add them into sauces. It really elevates the flavor of any kind of sauce. I wanted to show you guys something. I'm someone who frequently buys basil, and I buy it way more often than I actually like to, and that's because I find that if I have basil in my fridge, it's almost bad like immediately. Like it sometimes will last maybe 2 days. So I was like looking up some tips online on how to preserve basil and how to keep it alive for longer. This is insane. So this is what it looks like. We've got it in these like little glasses. This is actually growing roots. I mean, there's a couple brown leaves here and stuff. I will throw those away. It even started to flower, but it has allowed us to have our basil for so much longer. When you don't know what you're going to use it for immediately, it like you have to throw it away after you've had it in the fridge for a couple days. What we do is we leave it in a glass of water and then tent it with like a large Ziploc bag, and it has kept it fresh. I literally think like maybe 2 weeks, maybe longer.
Yeah, maybe longer.
These are the anchovies I order from Amazon, and I definitely recommend them. Also, we recently made the Kristi-Anne garlic oil, and this stuff is so good. So I'm going to add some of this to the sauce.
Got me feeling alright. Whenever I'm around you, baby, you make me feel so alive.
Dinner is finally done. So this is what it looks like. In case anyone was wondering, this is Sebastian's. I don't know if you can tell because it's just like covered in red pepper flakes. He loves everything super spicy. So we just finished eating a little while ago, and I was going to film my Why I've Been Gone segment now, but I think I'm going to save that for tomorrow morning. I'll probably get ready and then film it. So I will see you guys in the morning. Hey guys, it's actually been quite a few days since I filmed the last clip. I thought I was gonna continue on the vlog the next day, but I honestly chickened out. The reason I've been gone for so long is a little bit of a touchy subject for me. I didn't really know how to approach it. I tried writing out some talking notes, and I realized I probably just have to like force myself to get into the topic of everything. It's actually a little bit confusing because after the last clip you guys saw of me, I actually have been vlogging since then. I just hadn't gotten the courage up to talk about what I'm going to talk about now. So what happened at the beginning of the year is everything was really great. I was super excited about getting getting back into filming, and I was excited about vlogging and just being really active on my channel. I had just finished Vlogmas, was super pumped on that, and thought that I was gonna kill it in the first like month of the year. I had a family member come into town. I'm not gonna like get into specifics or anything like that. I had a really hard time with this situation that kind of arose out of that, and it triggered a lot of things in me that I hadn't really experienced ever, and I started to go through this really bad cycle of anxiety and depression. I was having panic attacks every single day, like all day long. I started having really horrible thoughts. Everyone gets a little bit of like nervousness and anxiety when there's like a tough situation, but I never understood anxiety that comes on for no reason, and that's what I was going through. If you guys want, I can do an entire video on this, and I was actually thinking I would, because I think mental health is so incredibly important. I think it's really important to share the things that I know that have helped me. And I'm not talking about managing techniques like breathing and stuff, although those things are really helpful. I'm talking more about like supplements and things that have physically removed a lot of the symptoms I have associated with anxiety. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So it was a really, really hard time for me. I started to feel like I was having a little bit of this crisis. I started to see things really negatively. I couldn't wake up and have just a normal day. Every single day was filled with this incredibly physical anxiety. I was having heart palpitations. My heart rate would get up to like 150 when I was just like sitting. My resting heart rate's usually about like 60 when I'm not having an attack. And it all kind of started around this like triggering point. Like honestly, talking about it and like thinking about it almost brings me to tears, and I don't want to ramble about this or anything, but it consumed my life. It was the most debilitating thing I've ever experienced, and I tried every kind of technique to manage it. I got to the point where I went to the doctor and had to get medication for it because it was literally just taking up my entire life. I couldn't function. The medication caused the worst side effects I've ever experienced with anything before. I was having horrible, horrible thoughts from nowhere. Like there was no trigger. It was just this like chemical thought process. So I took them for a couple days, and that was as much as I could do. I could not force myself to take them any longer. And after that, I started to look into supplements because I was like at my wit's end. I'm like, okay, so antidepressants are not gonna help me. These anti-anxiety pills are not gonna help me. What can I do to alleviate this? I fortunately have found some miracle supplements, I guess, that have been so beneficial and helpful for me. I'm not even actually taking anything right now, and I haven't been for the past, I wanna say like a couple weeks. My anxiety levels have completely dissipated. I feel like I'm more on track with my goals and what I want to work towards, and that is so important for overcoming a lot of mental hurdles. Basically, that was the essence of what was going on. I just couldn't function. I wasn't handling my life. I stopped working out. I stopped going to yoga. I stopped doing anything that was productive. I was so depressed because I felt like I couldn't do anything, couldn't work on anything, I couldn't study, I couldn't do any kind of training. Every single day was like Groundhog Day, in and out with just constant anxiety and fearfulness, and I became really self-destructive. And so I'm so happy to have come out of that, and I feel a little bit relieved telling you guys this, but at the same time I'm a little bit nervous because I feel like there's a stigma around anxiety, but this is the first time in my life that I've ever had anything like this really happen. There are periods in everyone's life where things don't go well. This was something else. More so than the thoughts, it was the physical reaction to everything that was so stressful for me. I didn't know how I could go on any longer, and it was a really dark place for me. I do want to let you guys know that I'm back, and I'm so happy, and I'm better than ever. I've been really working on all of my goals and goals outside of YouTube, like more of my like personal career goals and things like that, school goals and things like that, which is making me really happy. That is why I've been gone, and I hope you guys understand. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and supporting me, and just like being my internet friends. It means the world to me. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all in the next video. And there are also like 3 extra vlogs on top of this that I'm going to be posting right afterwards. Some of them are even edited. I love you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.